Hello, hi Noni, and anybody else who might be lurking in. I'm Calico Pascal, the Otter VTuber, streaming to you live from the Float Harbor Aquarium. How's everybody doing today? Baby, yeah. Baby knows the law. We're continuing more of our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough today. We are on the very last trial. But I don't know how much more we have left of it. I don't think we're quite near the end yet. I feel like we did one trial to get through the testimonies, and that was kind of tough. Okay, I don't remember what we were doing. I think we are now entering the second part of this trial. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Miles Edgeworth? What, let me move my big ol' head. And scooch a little, or make myself a little smaller. There we go. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. Knees weak, arms spaghetti. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen! Hello, Keiko! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's this? Who's there? Oh, who's this guy? What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. We have an old man. Hey! The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you. He hasn't moved an inch. He's just staring and blinking. He's staring menacingly. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads are packed. It's just me. Awooga! Hello, Chozo. Long time no see, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy. Udgy, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you are Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's a top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh my god. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Wow. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just saying things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. It's interesting because I feel like this sprite looks it looks much more like modern. Like it looks new in comparison to all the other sprites in this game. I mean, there are quite a few character sprites from this trial in particular where I've noticed that. So I assume that this extra trial was kind of like added in, probably. Debating if you want to go to bed or forsake your health and cook some instant noodles before bed. Ooh, little treat, little yummy treat before bed. Yummy in my tummy. On little Worthy's car, no less. What's with like all the long pauses? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Huh? Have a look at this document, where it says, Person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Wink. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah! The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger and get an ouchie, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Who is more important? Come on, just hurry up and open it. Wait. What? Wait, I don't have this on, like, the... Okay. Let's take a look. SL92. Or is it? No, yeah. Look at this. Ooh, let's click the switch. Wow! Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. He looks so happy. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. He's so orange, true. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Gasp. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay, let's figure this out. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why not? Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. 2 knives? What the Goodman? You get 2 knives? And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So, how were things done at the department? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do any investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? How did he know that? A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Uji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case? Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. I like him. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. Well, they said the victim died at 5:15, which is the same time that the other victim was attacked. How the victim was killed, you know, you would assume it's probably also by way of stabby knife. So where was the other victim found? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Oh, coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police! Ha ha ha! I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together? Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, 1 at the prosecutor's office, and 1 at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Okay. All of this is saying to check the knife, so let's see. Can we look at our... I don't want to present it, I just want to take a look. See? Knife. Check. So the other thing that's standing out to me is this obvious little... whatever this is, the stain here. Let's see. No, okay, I didn't want the tag, I wanted the little stain. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe it's a case number? That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Okay, it won't let me look at the little oil spot. Okay, let me go back. Let's see, we wanted to check the court record. That's the autopsy report. Where's the... Six, 7, S12-2. But that's not the thing. Let me see. Let me check this. Name of the deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36 male, date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Approximately 5:15 is what they suspect. Cause of death, loss of blood from the chest wound. Assessment, the wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Oh, that's it. Where's the court case file? We have a crime photo. A shoe. Let's go back. Let me see. Well, if official can't say how here, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. It was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do any investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. Ha. Can I check this knife? There's nothing else really. I mean, this blood? This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that, or Edwards cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Oh, there's a scary thought. Okay, nothing else to really note about this knife either. So go back. Lot at 512. Check this. Is there anything else on this? It's from Goodman. Oh, it's upside down. So it's SL9 and then 212, February 12th, not December 12th, 6-7. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Yes, we're gonna show this. Present. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ha ha! An honest to goodness, what do you mean? From Udgy. This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Gasp. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order! Well, Chief? Huh. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto? I win? Haha. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon. As it happens. How convenient. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was, was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Well, okay, well, what else can we say about that? Oh, 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Okay, what more is there to see of this knife? Yes, we do know it was stolen from the evidence room. So let's see. We got blood on the bottom and the side of the shoe. Ah! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe? That's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. And then, yeah, there's this blood here, which I think we came to the conclusion that this was from, yeah, Emma. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Anything inside the shoe? Sniff, sniff. Wongy, wongy. Yes, it was stolen from the department's evidence room. And it was dated for February 21st, but the date of the crime was... What time? Yeah, February 21st. Wait, so does that mean he took it from the evidence room? I mean, that has to be it. But why would he write it down on a note? We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. So what else do they want to look at? Yes. Yes, yep. That's right. Okay, and then... So does this have to do with... No, that's the wrong one. Ah! I was hoping you could be like, oh, so then what case is this for? Yes, you're busy, yep. And then what happened? And then Dick was killed, okay. I want to say the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Yep. Well, there was a suspect who just arrested them. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions, okay. Yeah, yep. Here's the deal. Oh, okay. So, yeah, how was the victim killed? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing. With a knife. Wow. I would have never guessed. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. Uh-huh. It's not officially linked here, so I can't talk much about it. Eh. I guess I can press... I can also ask the other thing. Let's see. There was another option. Yep. And then... So... Here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing to do. Oh, well, he said at 5:15, which was the same thing. Now that's a sharp question, right? Oh, very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. If it was at 5:15. Scary coincidence. Yes. 5:15. Yep. Same time. A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence. This is just my gut feeling. Yep. There's a very, very small chance of that happening. Chief Grant, please... Oh, Chief Gant. Please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. That is incorrect. We have already discussed that it is quite related to the case. So do we just present the thing again? They are in fact related. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna lose another one. But it was found on... Ow! That's not true! But it's the same. It's got the same tag. It has the same number. Do I just present the knife? Nope. Ugh, god damn it. Ow, no, I'm losing all my bars. I need those. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. I've already looked at the knife! What am I missing from the knife? What else about this knife is there? We already saw the tag. Mm-hmm. And then... anything else? Anything else? It won't let me look at anything else on this knife. I've already checked the tag. And I can't look at the blade. And I can't look at this little spot here. Oh, we can zoom in. Zoom in. Enhance. Nope. Nothing else to really look at here. What else do I have that we can look at? Can we check this card? What am I looking at here? Name and ID are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly! They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabba Dab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba Dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Teehee. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Yabba dabba doo. And that's all we can look at on this. Oh, nope. Sorry, that was a misclick. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors, at the police department on the day of the murder. Oh, we can look at this. Wow, what's this? Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does have a kind of a ring to it. Yo, no. Not Von Karma. Yeah, the shield is broken. Can we look at the... Trying to get to this plate here. Zoom in. Zoom in. They won't let me look at this plate in the front. And there doesn't seem to be anything else to look at on this. Okay, so then we go back. We already looked at this. Let's take a look at this parking ticket. Miles Edgeworth, 512. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in the whole affair. Perhaps. It just goes to show you you'll never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. Or are we supposed to use this to say it couldn't have been Edgeworth because he entered the lot at 512. So how could he possibly be at, well, I mean, I don't think they're accusing him of the murder at the police department. Word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Parking lot floor plans. The crime photo. Oh, what a mess. Scary coincidence. I'm scared. I'm gonna present evidence, but I don't think this is... Yeah, I knew it. No! We barely just started this. I guess that would be fine if I just start over. Ow! Uh-huh. Yeah, this is tough. Uh-huh. A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the same time. What are the chances? Coincidence. This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Tell me more about the incident. But I can't. But they are. They quite are. We already showed this. There's no way I have to show this again. No prints. This one has a thing on it. I feel like this is, again, one of those things where I'm just overthinking it. Like, they are quite exactly the same. Okay. That's what I thought. Well, that's okay. If I have to do this over... just... This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. No! No! We'll just... Ah! Okay, we try again. Okay, so then we're gonna be introduced to Mr. Gant. Okay, thankfully we didn't get too far in. Knock knock. Who's there? It's me! Wait, was this music not playing before? I feel like it was, like, silent. I don't remember this soundtrack. It's you. Yeah, I don't think this was playing earlier. Do 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 do. Unless I was just not paying attention. Alright, let's try this again. Stop staring at me with them big ol' eyes. Okay, so the muffler was wrapped around the knife, which was in the exhaust of the car. What kind of outfit are you running? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Look at this document where it says person in charge of the investigation. I'm mistaking the signature here, Mr. Edgeworth. On the day of the crime, I had your head in clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. Okay. So he got an award the same day as the murder. And then... yeah. Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. So is he saying he's responsible for missing the evidence? I think, look at this way, the knife. Yep. We're gonna open it up. Alright. And click. The tip of the blade is broken off. And there's... looks like old blood. It is dark red rather than like the fresh red. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? Yes. Okay. So this is his testimony. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, because it's related to the case. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, which there is. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime is 5:15. Scary coincidence. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. But it is! We already said that it was! Yep, the exact time that Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order. Yep, we are all aflustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think I understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. I'm trying, Your Honor. Unless there's a connection to prove the app. And then I'm gonna show you right now. This thing. Objection! Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. Yes, and then we discover that the memo is the same number as the tag that's on the knife. SL92. The classic upside-down evidence. Wow. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Gasp. Well, Chief. Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Yes, I can see that. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. On the 21st? It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, February 21st, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Oh. Wow! Fun Karma's following me! What the heck? Hello! Welcome. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Float Harbor Aquarium. Sir. We were just talking about you. Something happened to the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. Sir. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all, and you were receiving an award. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Uji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. So how the victim was killed was exactly the same, because we found this out earlier. How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing. With a knife! A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now! But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a little bit harder. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence. Eh? 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. That's not true. We've already determined that there is something connecting the two cases already. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police! Haha! I can't just say anything I please, Righto, you understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together, besides the memo that we already found and pointed out. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? Why isn't this photo in my thing for me to investigate? I already looked at this knife. Okay, the other part of this, I forget. They said they found the body where? In the evidence room, I think. Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay, it was this part. But I need to know. So tell me where the victim was found. Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. Oh, how did I... Okay, maybe I just needed to ask them in a particular order. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gan to testify about the details. So it's not officially, so I can't talk much about it. That's incorrect. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just had to ask. Oh my god. I just had to ask in a particular order. That's kind of. What? How come this didn't. Chief, the defense's position is simply this: the connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, righto? What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Wow, we have the police. we have approval. I can take Edgeworth's hand in mine. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deducted right here. Oh, deduced. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information, unofficially? Please? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? Oh my god. I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? 2 detectives. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yes. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Hehehe. Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's division, the victim's ID number, the victim's gender. Oh, the ID number would be good, because we have Goodman's ID number on the card. Okay, well how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name, after all. Hehehe. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... 5842189. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same number that's on his card. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? There it is, 5842189. I knew it. Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. Wait, what? Was I wrong? The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh! Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And This means what, exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this... mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room, at the exact same time. Oh, that's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Oh, hidden juicy. Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Oh, wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? Huh? The oversight. The grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Yes, it's that guy. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me... He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Uh-huh. Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Gasp. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Dang, everybody has it out to get Edgeworth. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just Give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh, to be continued. Yay! Yes, save. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. He has a twin. That's your guess, Keiko. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! February 23rd, the prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. No, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But when the police have already done those tests, never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Whoa, it's all red. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. Alright, I mean, we're gonna probably find some here. Oh. Anything else? Or can I just click the little spot? Examine. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a bloodstain? It's so... Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The blood's location or the amount of blood? Well, they say that she stabbed him outside of the car, no? So it wouldn't just be the amount of blood. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the blood stain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? I guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! It's you again. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of bleed and doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand! That's unforgivable! Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman! I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long, they called me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Or fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. Oh, that's the same one. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Gasp. So then what can you tell us about this? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Oh, what? Tell me more about the SL9 incident. Oh, Is it just gonna be the same thing? Okay. I can't ask her more stuff right now, so let's take a look at this stuff. This is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hee-yah! That's okay. Don't cry. That Lana Sky must be one strong woman. How can I... If I want to use the luminol fluid, I want to examine. Can I check the court record and then use the fluid? Oh, E spray. There we go. I'm surprised there's not any here. Okay, let's slide. Maybe some there. I'm gonna spray everything. Go crazy. Oh, there's some on the phone. Okay, can I... Yeah, let's take a look at this. No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Alright, anything else? Yeah. Doesn't look like we can find anything else here. I don't think there would be blood anywhere else. Okay, let's go back. That red is so creepy. It's very intense, and her glasses are more of a pink. So I'm surprised that they made it like super red. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Wait. What? Okay, so that's just the default. Oh my god. If you show her something that she doesn't really care about, she just gives us tea. So I want to know more about the SL9 incident, but for some reason, I can't ask her about it yet. Is there anything else I can show her that would get her to talk about it? Yep. Unless, let's see. Yes, SL9. And then I showed her the thing. So showing her both the memo and the knife presents the same dialogue option. So I'm kind of like, well, what else am I supposed to show her to get her to talk about this? Yeah, and then... Suspected it's not over yet. So do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? And then she doesn't say anything. And I don't have the option to ask her more questions, so I guess we can just move elsewhere. February 23rd, Police Department, entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. Detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Let's move. Wait, did he always have this handprint on his face? The blue badger is still writhing around today. Look at him. Just give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Okay. Alright, let's move in. Criminal Affairs Apartment, or guard station. This is new. Yo! Well, I wonder who this... who could this possibly belong to? February 23rd, evidence room's entrance, guard station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. Ah, so beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh! Oh! What's wrong? It's those cacti! They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Let's take a look. What can we look at in here? Yipes! These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. What the? Okay. How so? Oh, what's with the sad music? Encased in a cold, rigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging there. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know! A poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Okay, what else? Anything else? Texas. Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. Disconnected. Okay, are we good? Hopefully we didn't DC for too long. Are we still down? Uh-oh. OBS. Okay, I think we're back. Are we good? I think OBS died for a second. Okay, I think we are back. Nope. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it's more of a YARG! Oh, no, we need a key. So, let's go back. Let's move. Let's go back to the entrance and then go into the Criminal Affairs Department. Because I think a certain someone can give us permission to go in. February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. What? Where's Gumshoe? February 23rd, Detention Center. Visitor's room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him? In 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Okay. Well, let's move. Go back to the parking lot. Oh. Let's go to his office? Maybe Meekins is in here. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing some important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Huh? I guess we'll have to come back. So he's also not here. There's a lot of places we have to return to. And there's nowhere else to go. Okay, how do I get her to have to show her something else? Need to get her to talk about the SL9 incident, but showing her the 2 very clear things about the incident just gives me the same dialogue tree. So maybe the autopsy? Could you take a look at this? You! Yes? You said... Yeah, so she's gonna say this again. So this is not evidence that she cares about or will progress anything. Okay. Already showed her this. A body with Edgeworth's knife stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. I wonder. Didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? It was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? It was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain-link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I have had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. Oh, okay, here we go. That time. Okay, tell me more about the incident. There we go. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Wow. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence. Of a sort. Made-up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself, and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Clearly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch received from Miss Star. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Alright. We can probably go see him now. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... Oh. One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. I know Gumshoe! We've caught our criminal! Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective... on the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Is Standing around here standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Alright, let's move. They want us to see the... Oh. Detention center. Who's in here? February 23rd, detention center, visitors room.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Wah!
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Who's talking? Oh my god, it's Meekins! Hi! Greetings, sir!
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins! So you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a lost little lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't. Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Wait, so is he just like speaking through his like little speaker? What if I, let's see. What if... Is it this one? No. This one. What if he talks like this? Or he sounds like this? So tell me... Sir! I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir! So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. Okay, I don't want to have to keep switching between the two, but you get the idea. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. Look at him, he's so, like... Why you got that three mouth? That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Yeah, wow! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do! Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir! And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir! All alone! Alone! Because Detective Goodman had disappeared! What?
And when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim!
I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light
or other creature comforts. They put him in the closet.
I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Well, do you recognize this thing? Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to look at— That's it, sir!
Last night, sir, that's the one! I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled.
On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Let's move. Well, I feel like we're not quite done here. What else can I show you? Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edwards, sir.
He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. I mean, I don't know what else would be in the evidence room. I guess maybe...
Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it!
That's what?
My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir!
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card was the cause of it all!
This ID card?
Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing!
I better pry into this one a little deeper. Crime details. So tell me more. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm a widow lost patrolman, a lost widow wham, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room,
and that's why you thought he looked suspicious.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
What?
Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto to others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here.
Right. Yes, what was the reason for your arrest?
So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know.
Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime! My crime! The crime I swore to stamp out! It's there! It's me! It's on tape! And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Alright. Time to go move along. We want to go to the, criminal affairs. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, Well, you know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Ha ha! Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh ho ho! Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Let's talk. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Oh god, his eyes. Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd just about do anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. Detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the Chief of Detectives' trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder what it was that he wanted the Chief of Detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Let's see, let's have him look at something. Oh. Yeah, there's a, okay. Who can... I probably have to show him something, but I want to go see Gumshoe. Or no, I want to go to the guard station. I'm hoping... Oh, he's still not here. Okay, so then we were probably where we needed to be. I just need to figure out what to ask. Or what to present to get him to talk. Oops. That's not it. Oops. Yes, the blue badger. doesn't care about that either. Actually, I don't even know if I have anything that I can show him. Oops. Yeah. Well, Oh. Edward's still not back. And Gumshoe's gone now. I'm kind of just like trying to brute force evidence on him now. The problem is Gumshoe. Wait, unless I can. I didn't even check. Go here and then. No, I can't. Yeah, I already checked everything in here. Oops. And he's not out here. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. Answer me. How many fingers do you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, that's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer. That wasn't a salute. It was an eye test. They make a good pair. Detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. The usual wanted posters are hanging up here on the bulletin board. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think that it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. I always get excited when I come to the police station. Why's that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. No, they're doing an eye test, apparently. Let's move. You know, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm a little stuck. Like, I think I've presented everything I could with Meekins. And I don't know what to present to Gant to make him talk. Oops. So far he's giving me the same response for everything I've shown him. Oh. He doesn't want to look at this either. I think I've shown him everything. Yep, he hasn't responded to any of this. Just the same response for everything. But I don't have anything else to ask. Yeah. Okay. One thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, I can't stand them. How that, whoops. What it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Right, and then... How do I discreetly ask him? So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. While the dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. It's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. Ooh, sorry you had to see that. Oh. Okay. We just had to go talk to the chief. What exactly does the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. The day of the murder. Wow. A half-written document dated February 21st can only be submitted to the chief of police. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Okay, so I think we got what we needed, so we can move. What? Why can we not go in?
think we need someone's permission to go in. Oh, I guess... Wait. Alright, so maybe we have to present the half-written report to... What's-his-face? There we go. Oh. Okay, just kidding. He doesn't want to look at it. Okay. Oh, maybe I show it to, not you. When they said the evidence room, I thought they were talking about the actual room, not here. What do you think about this? Okay, she doesn't care. Just kidding. Can I take a look at it? Last item report, February 21st. Bruce Goodman, ID. He didn't even finish writing his ID. I don't even think that's... He wrote it wrong. He didn't complete writing it. He put a 9 instead of an 8. Oh, that must mean... I wonder if this is even his writing. Because Goodman's ID starts with 5'8". So the person who's trying to frame him probably has the ID number with 5'9". Well, who else can we show this to? Oh. No, I was... Wait. Oh, okay, just kidding. Which is weird, because I thought he would... No. Okay. We just need to ask him for permission to enter the room. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor? Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Ha. Oh, my boy. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, "Sir, can I borrow $50?" I'd give them $50, no problem, damn. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can... Oh, it's his ID. Now we're gonna start with 5'9". Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Here he goes. Heh, it looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Time to move. Wait, do I just... There we go. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. Oh, it won't open. Aha! The card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's sky so gray? Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my salute. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's a-waitin'. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again.
while we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions? Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. But what if I showed you this delicious, juicy Salisbury steak? Can you resist? That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? What a cool guy. No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. He saw a special in some mill, Texas. What does Texas smell like? Barbecue? Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Hopefully he can actually speak between all the eating. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, I might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. That's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman are the ones on those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Ow. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about?
We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright, well, let's move on in. This is the evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Oh, there you are. Yeek! Whoa! Oh my god. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, "Sir, can I borrow $50?" I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire, knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50? Even me? Yippee! Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, and so now you're a boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Ooh. Oh, wait. I'm not trying to show you anything I want to see. Let's take a look. Oh. Well, this doesn't tell me much. Yet. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here, in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They are using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess-up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you may think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already, oh no. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it... Zap! You get a shock! If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Evidence locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. I see. Well, let's take a look, shall we?
There's something sticking out here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Y'all. Leave him alone. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. It's the metal detector. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Phew, better him than us. Okay, let's take a little slidey. Oh, a handprint. What's this? Blood! It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Good idea. There's some buckets of paint. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. Wow, thank you, Gumshoe, very deep. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Yeah, why here? Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. Leave him alone! That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Let's take a closer look. Wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke? You want to try putting it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. Oh no. Wow, how hard could it be? That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh my god, puzzle time! Oh my god. Oh, puzzle! Wait, so is this even the right piece? Can I rotate it? Wait, it would be this one. If it can turn to the side. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Maybe a more obvious jagged piece. Probably not that. Oh, this must be the top. Oh boy, okay. Let's see. It's so small, I wish it could be bigger.
Not this? Oh, combine. Okay, E. Yay! That doesn't quite look right. Maybe... Oh, this is a top. This looks like a handle. This one also looks like a handle. No. No. It must be this one. That looks right. Then we need a bigger piece. Oh. There you go. What is this even supposed to be? No. And we're gonna use this piece. And the last piece. Oh, it's missing a little bit. Gumshoe's like, let's see you do it, tough guy. Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Oh, it does kind of... It could be an urn. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Okay, buddy. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Unstable jar added to the court record. Let's keep taking a look. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Ah, so this is his locker. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Oh, there's a glove. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. Another one. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. A rubber glove. Extremely thin. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. So let's take a look with our luminol spray. Yeah, the obvious blood stain is there. Where? Oh, okay, there's a bunch of blood right there. That must have been the blood that was stepped in with the shoe. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Oh, Gumshoe. Okay. Let's slide on over. Anything else? Oh, there's another one. Beam bong. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Alright. No other blood to be found here. Alright. Well, let's take a look at those floor plans now. Yes, we have a little blood here, and a lot of blood here. Oh, was I supposed to look at the blood again over here? Because it's not marked on the map. Hold on. Examine. Yeah, because I had sprayed it, but I didn't take a look at it. Because I thought it was already obvious. Slide. Yeah, this one, that's right here. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine! It's yours? Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down. Okay, there we go. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective! Alright, and then that was it. So now, we should have on the court record that we got the blood print. Yes, here and here. And over here. And there wasn't anything else to be found. Alright, let's move. I think we can leave now. I don't know if we can show present any of this evidence to him. Or we can ask him things. The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. But the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. How about this? Nope. Okay, so this is the I don't care dialogue. Doom, 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 doom. Do, 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 do. Alright. Let's see. Can we go back? I want to know if Edgeworth is back yet. Nope. Well, you can show her some evidence. See what she says. I like this. Nope. She doesn't care about this. Okay, I don't think I need to talk to her then. Oop. Oh, actually, can I take a look at this? The tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What, are we playing a word game now? No. Oh, no. There's nothing else on this glove. Oh, this jar has blood on it, so it must have been used in the fight, I assume. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Okay, so it's old blood, then.
Oh, it's got a hole at the bottom. Actually, now I'm not sure that this is an urn. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom! That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? Huh. At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Yeah, there's nothing else to look at with this. Okay, so who am I supposed to talk to now? Oh, yes, let's show Meekins, because he was the one that was in the room. So you would recognize all of this stuff, right? Okay, he doesn't care about this. How about this? Nope. So none of this, really. Nope. Wait, what am I looking at? I must be missing something from the room. I thought he would react to any of this, but he doesn't seem to care about it either. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing! That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Okay, so he doesn't care about this either. That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Only 50 cents? Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Well, that did give me new dialogue, but not quite what I'm looking for. This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there was a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Oop. Oh, I skipped a line, but something about the Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife.
I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Huh. Hello, Gone Puppy! Yippee! Good to see you. I'm trying to figure out how to proceed from here. So I'm just kind of trying to get information out of Detective Gumshoe. Just on time. Always getting stumped at these parts. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. Found in Mr. Edwards' car, stabbed with Mr. Edwards' knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh, wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't care about this thing. Yeah, I'm trying to brute force it right now. That's the photo that Miss Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? That Miss Starr is quite the lady. Why, I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's how old I am now. I wonder what happened. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school, too. Okay, and I think I've shown him pretty much everything else, so... except this. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show that to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge, nuff said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Okay. Nothing else to talk about. Oh, there we go. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent, so it was a murder. A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? I was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was a detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence... Oh, the victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Curious. Okay. Alright, so I think we have gotten our information. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. No, where is he? Okay, I'm not sure. Who else am I supposed to talk to now? I hate running around in circles like this. Let's see. A move? thought we've already talked about everything with you. Well, I didn't actually get anything new. Okay, well, just because we only have a little bit of time left, and I don't want to keep wasting time running around, I'm just gonna grab a guide real quick, because I don't know who else to talk to move this forward. So Phoenix, case 5. Okay, we are on the day 2 investigation. Okay, we're here talking to Gumshoe. Okay, so here we go. So solve the puzzle for the jar, which we did. Unit locker. Yes, I think we got that handprint. But he's not there! Hold on. Evidence room. Floor plans, talk to Gumshoe. Uh-huh. He has evidence locker added to court record. Present Goodman's note to Gumshoe. We learned about the... Hold on. Okay, so let's go back into the room real quick. Just to make sure I got everything. Yeah, so we learned about the SL9 incident. Present ID card record. I don't think I got that. Oh wait. Oh, okay, so I did not get the record from... What's his name? I don't think I did, at least. He talked about it, but he didn't show it to me. Or I didn't get it as evidence. Hold on, so then it says... Guard station, yep. Okay, so let's go back and present this to you again. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. I thought I showed this to him. Did I not? Because I thought he presented the record and then was like, oh, you can't have this. Okay, well, anyways. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Okay, I was... Oh yeah, okay, whatever. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? Well, that's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can't give you this ID card record. Okay, alright. ID card record added to the court record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Oh, I see. So we're gonna try to match and see who else was in the room.
Well, let's start with Gumshoe. Can you take a look at this, please? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Gasp. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on February 21st. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. That is a restaurant flyer. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Okay, now we can go see Edgeworth. Closing the guide again. Alright, let's get a move on. Wait. Can I present this to you too? The sheriff's... No, okay, he doesn't care. Alright. We're gonna go see Edgeworth now. Bye! Police department. Move. Underground parking lot. Move. Prosecutor's office. Finally. Oh, it's this guy. Ah, yes. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Oh, look at him, pouting. Right. He has a hotel. Bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you. Yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Ah, edgy. Take a look at this. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, he's definitely trying to set this guy up. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. A116. Dude, how many cases are going to get involved in this? Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. Unrelated evidence. Supposedly. A screwdriver. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Or does it? Let's talk. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Hold on, I'm gonna take a sippy.
Yes. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? He gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. Seems sussy. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why? I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay, well, what else I got for you? Well... You take a look at this. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edwards just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Okay, so I can't just show him things willy-nilly. But I'm gonna try to brute force it anyways. You know anything about this? I already showed him this. Oh, you know about this. Oh, whoops. Okay. I thought he was just giving me the same dialogue. But, he did have some new stuff about the... I showed him the broken tip knife. Something, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Okay, yes. Tell me about the SL9 incident. Oh, just kidding. This has to do with the other incident? He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Ugh, excuse me. Yes, tell me. Ah, okay. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at that time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Yippee! A fingerprint set and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Oh, there were quite a bit of them. Can we take a look at the court record right now? Can I only use this, like, on in places? Like, can I not use it on things? I have a lot of evidence. I would like to just sprinkle this on. Oh, we can't even... Whee! You can spin it in space.
I wish there was a way that we could... I want to use it on this. Anyways. Yeah, it's like a giant swab. Look at it. It's ginormous. I actually wonder if it's meant to be like you dust the swab in like the dust and then you kind of like flick the powder onto surfaces so that way it'll show like any fingerprints that are on it. I don't know if that's how it actually works, but that's just my guess. So I think he said he wanted us to show this to, wait, can we use it here? Examine. What if I use this? Where is it? Can I use it? It says I can only check. But what if I want to use it on here? Phone. Let's see if it works. Okay. Yeah, we already saw this dialogue, so let's move. I think we're looking for Gumshoe, who is in the evidence room. Okay, here we go. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Yeah. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! It has to be this one. The thumb. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter, see? Wow. Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of the fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. Where's the... oh, where's the print? Are we just... we're just putting it everywhere? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to touch... I accidentally clicked the wrong window. Alright. Okay, and we're really dusting up this surface. And then we blow. Wow! Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Well, that's no good. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Oh, there's one right there. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Wow, it'd be this inconspicuous smudge right here. Are we gonna dust the heck out of this? Just layer it on good. I wonder how much it will just let me, like, dust the screen. Oh, dang it. I keep clicking my VTube Studio window. I'm being pulled by some magnetic force. Look at it now, the screen is almost completely white. Now we blow it all away. Yippee! A print! Okay, well the print is there. Now what? Is there more? There's no way there's more. Blow it away. There we go. This is amazing. Yeah, it's really cool.
It reminds me of when I was in high school. We did a forensics course for one of my science classes. That was really fun. We were each presented. my my teacher went through the trouble of making like multiple different like crime scene cases with like little doll houses or like little they would like build like little scenes, and then the murder victims were like these frogs. Like they were dead frogs, but they were actually frogs. And so then each crime scene had like obviously we couldn't use like actual fingerprints, so they were like cut out fingerprint clues, and then we were given like a list of people whose thumbprints we had on hand to try to match the prints, and then we had to collect all the evidence. And then in our free time outside of class, if we had suspects that were like all the other suspects were like other teachers and staff, so we'd have to go in our free time to go ask them and investigate. And it was really fun and silly. And then at the end of the a certain point of time, I think we had to present and figure out the case. We had to show all our evidence and how we figured it out. It was really cool. It sounds so fun. Yeah. I think there was some where like, for example, it was like, oh, the murder victim with the frog was like stabbed, and so like the frog corpse would have like a little like stab wound or something, or things of that nature. Or it's like, oh, this frog died of like ingestion of something, and so then we had to like dissect all the frogs and look for evidence from there to do like a little autopsy. Very fun and silly. Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Is your teacher a psychopath? No, they were just being very creative. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Who does it belong to? Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Oh. Wait, so which one is which? What am I looking at? This is the one from on the locker. Oh, okay, so then this belongs to the person. It kind of looks like hers. Oh, nope, just kidding, we found it. Gumshoe! Comparing. Comparison complete. A match was found. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yes, let's take a look. So let's slide on over. Oh, it's gone. Oh wait, no, it was, we sprayed the luminol and then it was here. So let's examine. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Let's check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Right, so, I mean, this is... Where else would the... Oh, enter to dust, okay. Oh, I see, we're just gonna dust the entire thing. Or can I... I'm pressing enter and it's not letting me dust. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. I can't dust anything. What am I supposed to select? I'm pressing enter, but it's not dusting anything. So there has to be other fingerprints somewhere? I don't... Hold on. There was a handprint. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, and they were wiped away. We must try to find prints that weren't wiped away, so prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. But it's only letting me look at this. And I can't dust anything, it's not letting me dust. How about this? This is where we got aluminum. Yes. But I want the little white the white thing sticking out of the... Yes. I'm not trying to do this handprint though. And I can't even dust it. Ah! What the heck? Oh, okay. Alright, I guess I pressed enter enough that it finally let me. I don't know what I clicked to make it finally go. Okay, blow all the dust away. Oh, we found one! I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Oh, did I click a finger? Is that what happened? I was just kind of clicking. Button mash for the win. Yeah, I don't understand. I was just kind of like clicking. I don't understand. Please. I got such a smudged print. What did I click last time that let me do it? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at the guide again. Because I don't know if am I stupid? Okay. Yeah, we talked to Edgeworth to go back to the evidence room. Okay, that's... Repeat if necessary. Wait, no, I already saw this. Yeah. Repeat the same process, dust and blow. Okay. Apparently I must have clicked a thing that would have been where a fingerprint would be. Or I must have accidentally selected, like, the bloody print. Okay, so somewhere here. Let's try this again. And we blow. Was that not the same one that I found? Okay, so then a different finger. Like this. Where would the other finger be? Because I clicked up here. Oh, what? Huh? Is this not the same one again? I think this is the exact same fingerprint that I keep finding. Oh! Okay, I guess not. more? How much more dust do we need? There we go. Wow. Okay, now we just gotta match it. Okay, closing the guide again. Who has the fingerprint? No, I didn't want to compare him. What the heck? Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, I'm not trying to click him. Okay, here we go. Well, that looks pretty similar. Let's check that. Comparing. Yay! We found it! Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Hey, okay. We're gonna save. Alright. Making more headway on this. But we're still not done. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, before we continue, we have now saved. So, thank you so much for joining me tonight. But we do have to stop here, unfortunately. So I am going to look at who's on Twitch right now. Who can we raid? We got Mr. Ross. Oh, Twy's still live? Let's go raid Twy. I'm surprised. I thought he would have ended by now. Oh my goodness, he's been live for a very long time. I hope he doesn't stop being live. Well, let's go raid Mr. Twy Telescopium. It was his birthday last week, if you didn't know. I was on his birthday party stream on, I think it was Saturday. So if we raid him, you should all wish him a happy birthday.
Genuinely, I'm going Oranberry on everything. No poison resist berries because Tentacool actually just dunks on all the poison stuff so hard.
Alright. And that's it for tonight. So the next stream from me this week will be on Thursday morning. We'll be doing some art. I'm not sure what kind of art yet. I just want to do some kind of drawing stream. And so, with that being said, I'll see you all later. Bye everyone. Have a good night. Thanks again for joining me. We'll find out more about this case probably sometime next month. Maybe we'll finally finish it. Soon. Soon. Thank you for joining. Bye.